If you're competing in Brazil, my American crew, get your visa right now. So let's just get right into it. It says Diogo Reis joins the Brazilian army. So we talked about Mika Galvão joining the Brazilian army. Now we got Baby Shark, Diogo Reis, also joining. So I don't know if we'll get into the details, but a lot of this is they get health insurance, they get a salary, I think other sponsorships. They can have access to other sponsorships as well. And, they get to wear the uniform, they get to do the salute. So respect to them. Some guy on Instagram said I was mocking these guys, but, I'm very respectful. I wouldn't spend all this time talking about these athletes if I wasn't trying to, shine a light on them. So this is from BJJ Korea too. I suggest you guys follow these guys. They do some really good work. And they're kind of based in Brazil, but, the person that runs the channel, she speaks English and Portuguese, and she is good. She be right at the tournament filming, interviewing everybody. So it says, starting today, Brazil will once again require a tourist visa. So if you're coming from one of those countries to compete in the Brazilian Nationals, you must apply for your visa before the trip. So Dan says basically the same thing. Guys, today Brazil just instituted a visa requirement for U.S. citizens. You will need to obtain one to go to the Brasileiros, the Brazilian Championship, basically. You cannot do it at the airport and need to apply 2 to 4 weeks in advance, which is now. You will not be allowed to board your flight without one. If you're competing in Brazil, my American crew, get your visa right now. Actually, let's go here. So I actually brought up the website. So you guys can get to this website. I forget how to get to it, but if you go to the link that he gave us, which is the usaembassy.gov, you can find this link to get the visa. So it's the e-visa. It says, welcome to VFS e-visa, electronic visa website. VFS is the exclusive company authorized by the Brazilian government to provide a platform and a call center service for tourist and business visa applicants. For ordinary passport holders from Australia, Canada, and the United States, click here to discover other Click here to discover other activities e-visas apply to. Ugh, getting tongue-tied. So April 10th, that was basically today. So you just got to apply. Is there anything to it? Here you go, guys. How to apply. 3 steps. Provide the application details and upload the necessary documents. Pay the fee and download the e-visa. Know your visa type. You are eligible to apply for e-visa if you intend to visit Brazil as a visitor. So you got to go through the subcategories. If your stay in Brazil will not exceed 90 days. So you still need that visa. You hold a passport from the United States, Canada, or Australia. If you hold a diplomatic or special passport, you will also require an entry visa if the purpose of your visit corresponds to any of those listed here. Documents you're going to need, tourism, traveling on a cruise ship, minor, business. So you got to tell them what you're there for. Tourism, that might be what you're there for, guys. If you're going to compete, that might be a tourist visa. Not the most exciting topic, but it's good to know, guys. You got to fill out the visa application form, have your passport. And it's got to be valid up to the end of your Brazilian trip. And you need 2 visa pages free for your e-visa application. And let's see, you need your passport style photo. That's basically it. And if you're a minor, you need all that information. Business, I don't know if that is considered a business trip. So you got to look that up, guys. So that's all important, okay? And talking about Brazilian nationals, we got Dan Lucard again. He says Brazilian nationals surpasses 7,000 competitors. Wow, that's a ton, huh? 7,000 competitors, guys. And somebody said the gi is dying. Is the gi dying? 7,000 people competing? What no-gi tournament has 7,000 competitors, guys? Not ADCC Open. The only tournament I could think of could be Jiu-Jitsu World League if they, wanted to go more the no-gi route. Brazilian nationals surpassed 7,000 competitors. Actually, it's 7,143. The tournament is almost at capacity as they are targeting about 7,000 athletes and taking a few hundred extra to account for dropouts due to injuries, single division entry withdrawals, etc. The highest, the average IBJJFrankings.com rating of the divisions is highest by far in the heavyweight, including the highest rated competitor of the tournament in Adam Rosinski. So if you guys don't know IBJJF Rankings, that's the new website that does like a chess rating for BJJ. So it's cool in that it's based off who you beat and who you lose to. That's how you get points. And so it's not about if you're winning. It's definitely about if you're winning, but it's not about placing as much as who you beat. Because you could beat someone really good in a tournament and not place very high. But by beating someone better than you, upsetting them, you get a lot of points. And so the divisions with the toughest, with the highest ratings will be heavyweight, featherweight, number 2, middle, number 3, number 4, ultra heavy, 5, light feather, 6, super heavy, 7, middle heavy. So middle heavy's kind of dropped down, and lightweight kind of dropped down too, and rooster. So I would say, heavy, feather, and middle are probably the divisions to watch out for. And that's taking in account all the athletes' ratings. So what that might mean is that, these divisions here have people that are less ranked, or they just are newer. You could have newer people in these weight classes kind of dropping the average down. Whereas heavyweight, you got guys like, I think this is the heavyweight division. Can I click on it? Heavyweight, you got Adam Rosinski. You got Pedro Souza. I don't know who that guy is, but he's from Atos. You got Leonardo Faria, Alliance. Nolan, that's Dan Lucar's student. Who else is in there? You got Roberto Jimenez. You got Gregor Gracie. Gregor Gracie? What is Gregor Gracie doing in there? So he's actually been competing a lot lately. He's older. I forget how old he is, but he's definitely older than me. But he's been competing a lot. You got Ryder Zucchi, who's really good as well. Yeah, I know some of these guys, Vinicius Liberati. So, someone like Gregor, who's really good, he's older, so he hasn't been competing that much. So that's why he has a lower score. And it says, take a note that 2,000 is the average level for an adult black belt for comparison. So 2,000 means you're about average black belt level. 2478, that means you're really good. That means your chances of winning are really high. And so it's all based on probability. The higher your score just means you have a higher probability of winning, which makes sense, It makes sense. And it's just a more accurate gauge of skill. Because, IBJJF, the points are just based off placing. It's not based off who you beat, really. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Brasileiro's going to be a good tournament, bro. I want to go out there, man. Go fight some Brazilian bros. Dan also says that PANS had 4,331 athletes registered. Euros had 6,022 athletes registered. And just like I said, someone's like, oh, the gi is dead. Quotation marks. The IBJJF roughly does 2,000 to 4,000 competitors each and every weekend in the gi, not including kids or no gi. Oh, wow. Okay. That's every weekend they're doing about 2,000 to 4,000 competitors tournaments. Someone says, tell that to the morons riding Gordon Ryan's no gi shorts. Another person said, was going to say the same thing. Categorical proof that nobody cares about the gi and is dying. Well, they're not saying the gi is dying. They're saying that nobody watches the gi. I think that's what the issue is. Can I go back? What happened? Uh-oh. Where did I go? Oh, I clicked on something. That's why. Did I? I lost my post, guys. What happened? No. What just happened to me? I was getting into that post, bro. What happened? I lost the post, guys. Clicked on it by accident. I got taken out. Reddit got me, guys. Reddit got me. Anyway, we're just saying the same thing. You know, the gi is not dying. It's still good. People are still doing the gi, guys. All right, so I lost my post. I was getting into that one.